Hey, it's Kristi from Funky Junk Inspiration. How are we doing today? Today's playlist is all about journaling, you guys. And I want to thank Sunflower Tasha for getting this all put together and all that kind of fun stuff. The link to the playlist is up in my description. Okay, I had started this strawberry journal a while back. And what I had done was I took a bubble flyer, a bubble mailer, and I had put material on it. I measured out what I needed and I put some material on it, and I glued it down. And then what I did is I went around and sewed around the edges. Then when I put some graphics on the front, some paper on the front, I went ahead and sewed around that, put a couple pockets on the inside cover and whatnot. These graphics or these printables did come from Etsy. I'll have to link that up in the description on what shop that I got them from. They are adorable. So now what we're really ready to do here to get our journal going is we need to get these signatures sewed into our cover. I have chose to do 2 signatures. This group of printables has lots and lots of pages in it, which is very awesome. Sometimes you don't get very many pages and you have to add other pages, but that's okay too. You know, sometimes you want to add your own thing. Now we're going to use the 3-hole sewing method, and I did it wrong here. So you're going to see I undo it. I don't know. I've only done it 5 million times, but I still did it wrong. Whichever side you want to start on, whether it's the outside or the inside, is where your tails will be. What you do is, I want mine on the outside. I go from the outside to the inside in the middle. I go up to the top hole, go through it. Now I'm back on the outside. I go all the way to the bottom hole and go back into the inside and then back through the center hole, and then I tie a knot with it. Okay, that's how we do that stitch that goes on the end there. Now I like to put my strings on the outside and leave them, and sometimes I'll put little beads or little charms or something on those little strings. There have been times that I've just cut them off. I've been working in the journal and they just kept getting in the way and I end up cutting them off. No harm, no foul, right? So here we are putting the second signature in. I'm really excited to be able to start working in this book. I think it's really cute. The graphics are amazing. It's right up my alley. There's a lot of pages in here that we'll be able to put some pockets and some flip outs and some different things like that. Today I'm just showing you how the journal actually will go together. And then we do a couple of the they really aren't blank pages because they have a very faint strawberry pattern on them, but you really can't see them on camera. You can barely see them in person. So I decided that those pages needed to be decorated. So you'll see here in a little bit, we're going to do a couple spreads inside of here. But you can see on that inside cover, I have that awesome pocket. Okay, so it does come with a couple pages of ephemera, so we'll have to add those. So here I am, this page right here. I decided that I needed to put something on it, but you can see faintly that there is something already on there. I have this adorable strawberry napkin, and I have this napkin here that's got diamonds and stuff on it. I think it kind of looks like, it reminds me of a bandana. It's not exactly that pattern, but it just reminds me of that. So I just kind of looked to see if there was another page. So I'm kind of trying to decide exactly how I want to put this stuff on this page. And you know, I'm going to change my mind 17 times. So whatever I say I'm going to do usually ends up being something a little bit different. All right, so then I decided that I needed some stuff in the background. So I'm going to take these papers just so my stuff doesn't bleed through over to the other pages. And I grabbed some red and some, it's like a barn red, regular red, and some white paint. And I'm just going to grab some water and I'm just going to kind of mix it together and just start putting it on the page. kind of in blobs at first. Then I decided to mix it around. I'm just letting the page feel me. I don't know. Just trying to decide what I wanted to do on here. Really couldn't decide. So I just kind of wanted to add some color just so that there's something in the background and it's not necessarily all just stark white there after we put the napkins on. So really, I'm just kind of putting just some colors on here. And if you know me very well or you follow my Book of Faces page where I do a lot of live tutorials over there, I love doing backgrounds and stuff. So it's kind of cool. So I liked how that looked. Now, my red paint, the regular red paint that I used was a gloss paint. I didn't realize that at the time. So my page ends up looking kind of like freezer paper does on the inside when it was done. It had a real glossy look to it. It was kind of cool. I thought it was really kind of cool. Okay, so here I'm looking at the ephemera here, and I decide that I want to use this one. See, I told you I'm not even going to do anything close to what I originally said that I was going to do. So I'm going to fussy cut this out. I don't get real excited when I fussy cut and try to get every single little spot fussy cutted. I just kind of go around the edge. Okay, so now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go around the edge with some ink just to darken the edges up so it looks like it has a little bit of a frame around it. And I decide that I kind of like it up there. So now here I am with this napkin. Now, I don't want this napkin to be a square. So I'm going to take my water. I couldn't figure out what I did with my water pen, but I just took a paintbrush and some water, and I kind of tore that so it looks more, like it is going into melting into the page. Okay, so I'm going to use my glue stick here. I love using my glue stick. That's just me. I like using the glue sticks because the liquid glue usually takes a little bit longer to dry. This is pretty close to instant, not really instant, but it dries really, really fast. And I just really like to use that. Now I'm going to take these pieces that we tore off, because we don't waste anything, right? And put them all around these edges, and just put them in a couple little spots here or there, just to add to the page. Now, while I'm gluing this down, I'm like, this doesn't gluing down very good. I couldn't figure out what was going on. And here in a minute, I discover what I did wrong. If you know what I did wrong, put it down in the comments and let me know if you already caught it before you actually see me catch it here. But anyway, so we went ahead and put those on there. Now I'm taking this stencil that says Farm Fresh Strawberries, and I'm just going to take my ink here and rub fresh strawberries in there. I'm not going to put the farm, just the fresh strawberries. That's a little light. I didn't like that. Now, did you see? Did you see what happened? My napkin stuck to the back of my stencil, and I noticed then that I did not take the backing off of that napkin. I took the backing off the other two napkins, but not that napkin. I don't know why, but you have to get down to one layer when you're using napkins when decoupaging. If you don't, the layers will separate, and then it comes up like it did there. So what I basically did was I got the good old Mod Podge out, and I just kind of went over the top of it with the Mod Podge. A napkin is going to suck that wetness down in. So what that's going to do is that's going to cause the two layers to stick together. So we've got the bottom layer stuck on with our glue stick, and then the Mod Podge will do the top layer and get that all glued down. So that's what we ended up doing. No big deal. No big deal. Everything's fixable. Okay, so now here, I'm going to put this back on this Farm Fresh Strawberries. I'm going to just line this right back up, and we're going to do it in black because I didn't feel like it stuck out very well. Again, I'm not going to do the word farm, just fresh strawberries. And, there, see, it stuck out a lot better. Now, I wish I could craft this fast, but, of course, I've got this all turned up quickly. Okay, so I was showing you that pocket again real fast. It was real fast, but that was our page there. Okay, so here is all the beautiful faces of all the wonderful people that are in the collaboration playlist today. Make sure you go check all them out. Give them all a like and a follow. Subscribe to their channels. Say a comment on their videos. That would be so nice of you. Again, the playlist is linked up in my description. And again, thank you, Sunflower Tasha, for doing this and getting this all organized for all of us. Okay, on to spread number 2 in our book. And I decided that I'm going to use some of the ephemera that is, or the fussy cuts, whatever you want to call them, that was included with this kit. And I cut a couple of them out here. I love that teacup. I think that teacup is really, really cute. That teacup has some blue on it too, which I really, really liked also. Now, I was looking at my stencil to decide, exactly how I wanted to take care of that. And then, of course, the napkins that we didn't use. And look, I double-checked this one, and I didn't pull both plies off. I only pulled one ply off. Goodness sakes. Just a hot mess express here. I do use napkins quite a bit to decoupage with. I don't know why I didn't double check that, but I didn't. Anyway, so I'm going to take this fun little napkin here, and we're going to put it in the crease, just to cover that up a little bit. I don't know. I just felt like it should go there with those stripes. Now, I try to line it up a little bit. It's not perfect, but you know what? This is a journal, and nothing has to be perfect in here, right? So we just kind of go up the middle right here. And that just kind of covers that centerpiece there. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I am taking and putting glue on my page there. And I'm going to put this napkin right here in this corner. Now, if you remember correctly, we cut that napkin or ripped that napkin to put on that first page, but I changed my mind. So here we are using it on the second page. And I just kind of like the corners doing like that, matching. I don't know. I think it just draws your eye right to the center because you got the same thing on each corner. I don't know. That's just me. So anyway, here we go, trying to figure out exactly what else we want. I started to put some paint on here, and like we did on the other page, just to get the white gone. I end up just doing it on this side. I decide that's not really what I want, but I left it there. So, okay, I took a little more piece of this napkin that I had here and just stuck that on there because, why the heck not? And I'm just trying to decide exactly how I want to do everything. And decisions are hard sometimes when you have beautiful paper like that. Well, I decided that, we've got a lot of this lime green in this journal too. So we needed to add that on a couple of the pages. So here we go. I put it on there. Now remember, when you purchase pages like this, when you purchase a kit like this, you can print it over and over again. So if I use something like from a page, like that page right there that I ripped that green off of, if I use that, but then I want to use it later, all I got to do is reprint that page or reprint some more stuff off there or whatever. Okay, so now I'm going to take this Life is Sweet. I'm just kind of moving it around. To put it on this page. And then we did it in the black again. Now, I end up going around the edges with the black. I think that just zhuzhes it up just a little bit, makes it a little fancier. And I like the look. It looks distressed, I guess you could say. And then I decided to add another little piece of napkin. Then I decided that I need to add the black all over the other side too. That's just how I am. So there we go. We did those 2 pages in that spread. I love this little book. It's very cute and awesome. I looked through the second signature, and the white pages are a little bit brighter there, and I think they'll be good for some pockets and different things like that. But then I decided, you know what, let's use up some of this ephemera right here, and let's just put a couple pieces, not necessarily paint or put napkin or anything, do the whole spread. Just put like that right there. I think that will be just really cute on that page. And like I said, we could put a pocket down there at the bottom, a fold out, or whatever we think that we might want. So here I am looking again, and I was trying to decide if I wanted to add some more napkin here. And what I ended up doing was going down the center like I did with the striped napkin on the other page, just to add a little something. And like I said, these pages look very white to me because of the lighting in my craft room. But as you can see on camera, there is a faint print on there. So it isn't completely white. It's just pink, so it doesn't show up real well. But see, I kind of liked that just stuck there. And then I decided, well, you know what? Let's grab a little strawberry and put it on one of the pages, like it's hanging down from a vine, you know, into the book right there or whatever. So here I am fussy cutting that out again. I should have went ahead and had all these cut out. I apologize. And see, I just kind of made it look like it's hanging from the top of the page. And I like how that looks. Now, I should have given you guys a second to look at that a little bit better, but, you know, I didn't do it. And here I am. I'm just kind of gathering all the other pieces, trying to decide if I should put something else on here. And once again, I decide that I want to do a little stencil. I love stencils, you guys. These stencils came from Essential Stencil. I do have a link to Essential Stencil in my link tree where you can save 10%. You just type in the code FunkyJunk, one word, Funky Junk, and it will save you 10% off anything you purchase on their website. They did have some primitive stencils that just came out. They may have sold out already because they were selling very quickly. I think last time I looked, there was only like 25 sets left. So anyway, they may bring them back if enough people show interest that to get them made again. So if you ever see a stencil on there that is sold out or it's about to sell out or something like that, make sure that you go ahead and fill out that thing to be notified. Okay, so here is a flip through of our little journal. There was the pocket, and you can see all the pages here. See how they're nice, and we can add lots of fun things to them. There's one spread that we did. I'm really liking the baby blue with the reds, and I just really find there's another spread that we did right there. I really am enjoying the graphics and stuff that are on here, and the mixture of the blue and the lime green with the pinks and the reds, and I just think it looks absolutely amazing. So I'm just kind of showing you each page in here of the journal. We will continue to work in this journal, but we've at least got it put together and got a few pages started on there, and I think it turned out really cute, and I appreciate all of you for being here. If you would just give me a thumbs up, maybe give me a little comment, I'd appreciate that. And again, I want to thank all of our collaborators. Look, that back pocket, I just put that extra ephemera in to have it for next time. So, and you can see there where I stitched it all in, and you can see what our spine looks like. And again, I want to thank everybody. Our playlist link is up in the description. Make sure you go check everybody out. And if you like what you saw, hit that little bell, and you will get notifications every time I put a live video or a video up on my YouTube channel. Bye-bye.